What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Bruce, this is What's Popping, and in today's video we're going to be unboxing 3 Disney 65th anniversary Funko Pops. That is right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm super stoked to be unboxing these 3 Disneyland 65th anniversary Funko Pops. But before we get to that, I just want to give a big thank you to you guys, because the channel has just passed over 15,000 views. So a massive thank you to every single one of you out there who watches my videos, who likes them, who comments on them. Those of you that are subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it. And to show how much I really appreciate all of you guys' support, I have been teasing it for a little while. We are going to have a big giveaway when we hit 600 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away 2 Funko Pops that are going to be exclusive. They're going to be really cool, and I cannot wait to get closer to that giveaway and be giving those two lucky subscribers out there. So if you want to be a part of that giveaway, guys, make sure you stay tuned to the channel, make sure you have subscribed, you hit the notifications bell, and you keep an eye out for when we get close to 600 subscribers. I'll be announcing what that giveaway is going to be, and we're going to have more than one winner, as I said. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get there. But in today's video, we're unboxing some awesome Disney figures. Now, Disney quite recently came out with their 65th anniversary, well, they had their 65th anniversary for Disneyland Resort over in California. These are not, as far as I'm aware, from Disneyland Paris. I think that is a far newer resort, and that's the resort that I was lucky enough to visit during 2006. I mean, time absolutely flies. But they based a whole line of Funko Pops now around the different rides that have become so iconic at Disneyland Resort. So we're going to check those out. We have 3 of them right here, and let's get straight to it. So first up, we have from one of the most popular rides. I still think you need a fast pass to ride this over in the States. It is Peter Pan. So
Sit down, it won't take long. She really isn't vicious, you know. She's a wonderful nurse. Although Father says
girls talk too much.
the Peter Pan ride, I mean, we did the version at over at Disneyland Paris, and it was a ton of fun. I love these rides where you sort of just go through like these themed areas, and they show off. It's not necessarily a roller coaster, but they show off, you know, parts of the movie, and there's animatronics, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's something that made Disneyland and then Disney World obviously so popular amongst its fans, because it is just wholesome Disney fun. And what I love about these pops is that if you look at these boxes, they've really aged them. You know, when I first got the pop, I thought, oh gosh, this has been sun damaged. We have a problem here. And they've actually done a really cool job of aging the pops to make them look, you'll see at the bottom, you can see the contrast between the sides where they've done the aging and then sort of the pricing and all that barcoding stuff at the bottom. So what they've done there is a really cool job of, you know, capturing that Disney nostalgia just with the boxes. So for all of you inbox collectors, this is a great one to have, and I would recommend some Disney sleeves, which you can get from Wayne over Pop Protectiverse. I'll leave a link up here. Definitely check out some Disney sleeves. Will accentuate these pops quite nicely, and I think you have something really cool in your hands if you're an inbox collector. Let's have a look at Peter Pan out of the box, guys. Really cool figure. This is the first Peter Pan in my mom and I's collection, because she's the main Disney collector out of the 2 of us. So these are of course going over to her. And this is a really cool figure. I love this Peter Pan. I love the character. I haven't watched the movie in ages, but I remember as a kid watching Peter Pan absolutely all the time on VHS. And this brings back so many of those memories. He's got the little dagger there, and he's got this really angry look, which they've done by accentuating those areas around the eyes and giving him those little, you know, little sections that show that he's scowling and pointing probably at Captain Hook and giving him a word or two and being a little bit cheeky. So we have this. He's a simply done figure, but as Funko have been doing with their more recent pops, the paint is clean. He is really nicely done. There's no bleeding of paint across different areas. I like the contrast. The contrast on Peter Pan is really cool between that ginger red hair and then the green cap and the green outfit. I think that works really well. I like the two-toning of the different greens on the pants versus his sort of tunic, and of course he's got the iconic feather in the cap. What is Peter Pan without the feather in the cap? So really cool figure. A nice one to have, because the old Peter Pan is quite tough to get hold of. So nice to have in the collection. And you know, just a real nice nostalgia piece, which I think is the idea of all of these Disney 65th anniversary pops. So going on with Peter Pan, we have none other than Captain Hook. So here is Captain Hook, and Captain Hook always makes me think of James Mulligan now, ever since we saw him at Comic-Con. And James said during one of the interviews that his villain that he's most afraid of or most relates to was Captain Hook, because he has a fear of losing his hand. Completely agree with that. He's a phenomenal artist, and if he lost his hand, I think the entire world would be a sadder place. But anyways, let's have a look at Captain Hook.
Now
let me see. Where was I?
It does come with a stand, guys, and without that stand, this Captain Hook is going to fall over. So he has a pop that you need to make sure fits on his stand, and if you're displaying him, if you're not displaying him in box, keep him on that stand, otherwise he is going to dolly right over, because he is extremely top heavy, and that is because of the awesome hat. He's got the hat with all of the feathers on, or the one main feather that is actually really heavy. So what they maybe could have done with this figure is make the head hollow. I don't know what Funko would have done with that, what the logistics would have been for this mold, because obviously all of your bobbleheads have hollow heads, so we do know that Funko can make hollow headed figures, but he's just very top heavy. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but just make sure that you keep him on a stand if you're displaying him out of box. I love that he's in a fighting pose. I think early Funko Pop figures fell into the trap of all being pretty much the same in terms of the figures, you know, stance, and it's nice to have him in that fighting pose with sort of the on guard. He's got the hook at the ready, he's got the sword at the ready, and I absolutely love his little moustache. That is so Captain Hook and so iconic. It just works absolutely beautifully. Again, same as with Peter Pan, simply done figure, nice clean paint job. The shoes stand up nicely against the socks, against the scarf, all matches well together, and just a really cool little figure. Love the fact that what they've actually done with his nose is, instead of making it a pointy nose, which most Funko figures have, they've sort of dulled the tip of it, so it comes around in a bit of a circle, which would have an oval or blunted shape, which is what you tend to see with Captain Hook in the animated movie. So that is a really cool little touch, and something that I think Funko have done really well. What's nice about the boxes even for these, I'm just noticing this now as I chat to you, is on both Peter Pan and Captain Hook, let's get it to focus there, they've put a little Tinkerbell over there, which I think is a cool little touch, and a nice little bit of extra thought from Funko. So that's a really nice way of, you know, adding to the magic and the nostalgia of these pieces. Then last up, guys, we have another pop based on an attraction. I think they were all based on attractions at Disneyland. Correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong. But here we have Minnie Mouse riding Dumbo. So this Dumbo ride is like iconic Disney. I don't know of anybody who's been to Disneyland in California and has not ridden Dumbo. When we were over in Paris, it was Aladdin with Magic Carpets. So this is basically the equivalent version over in the States, and just what a cool figure, guys. I mean, here is Dumbo. My mom is a massive Dumbo fan, so she's thrilled to have this in her collection. She's a Dumbo and Mickey collector, so to have Minnie riding Dumbo is like the ultimate. And what's really nice about this figure is they've made a distinction between Minnie and Dumbo. So what they've done with the paint is they've used a glossy paint on Dumbo to really show that he's a ride. You guys will know those old carnival rides, or if you've actually ridden this ride at Disneyland, the rides have that like glossy paint, and I think it's just to make sure that they don't get too badly weathered, and that, you know, stuff just tends to slide right off of them, dirt, all that kind of thing. It makes it really easy to clean. And you'll see with Minnie, she's got more of a matte paint job, your typical Funko Pop paint job, whereas Dumbo, as the ride, has got more of this glossy sheen over him, which I think is a really nice touch, and it's just, you know, adds a bit of realism to the piece. As much as these are stylized figures, Funko do tend to draw back a little bit of realism with their different pieces, so I think that's a really nice touch, and a good move by Funko. If you look at Dumbo, he's incredibly well done. I like the fact that the ears look like they're flapping, or if not flapping, gliding, which is just, you know, paying a really close attention to the ride, and then obviously to the movie as well, when he is flying around and making his way around the circus or wherever he may be heading to. Then of course we have Minnie, and I like that she's giving a little wave. I mean, who doesn't give a wave when you're on one of these rides? You're going around in circles. If you're a little kid, your parents are there next to you and you're giving them a wave, or just waving to the crowd of people that are in the queue because they are not on the ride and they're in the queue, and you just be like, yeah, I'm on the ride. But they're just, yeah, these are just fun pieces. They're nostalgic, and they really, to me, capture, I don't know if it's the box, I don't know if it's the piece, I don't know if it's the combination of the box and the piece, they capture that Disney nostalgia, and it feels almost like a product you would buy as a merchandising opportunity when Disneyland first opened, which I know seems a bit crazy, but you know, it's just a feeling that you get when you open these figures, and it's part of the fun of this Disney 65th anniversary range. And that about does it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and if you haven't already, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, hit that like button, and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these figures. Are you picking up any Disney 65th anniversary pops? Have you picked up any of them? Do you like the aging on the boxes? Just, you know, chat to me about Disney Pops, about Funko Pops, whatever it may be. Let me know in the comments down below. I always love engaging with you guys and chatting with you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, as always, and I'll see all of you guys next time.